Welcome back to the channel, you guys. This is Jatham, aka the Mando Predator, and we're going to do today's video. We're going to be doing is a movie review. Today's movie we're going to be reviewing is Alien 3, directed by David Fincher, and the third film of the Alien franchises, starring Sigourney Weaver. So I've been in love with all the Alien franchises. I really love Ridley Scott's first original Alien movie. It was more terrifying, but I loved it. The entire story aspect of that movie, and then this entire plot and how they're trying to fight a creature in a spaceship and they're far away from Earth. And then I even really enjoy mostly of James Cameron's Aliens, the man who directed Terminator, The Abyss, True Lies, and Avatar. I really like how it continues the story of Ripley's character and joins the colonial marines fighting off the creature, and a really good story plot line working with the colonial marines, and then how she spent like 50-70 years in space, and then suddenly she tries to go back without fear. That's just my favorite movie. I know a lot of fans seen Alien 3 when it first came out, but made fans really disappointed. Probably it did really make me really disappointed to the film, like how they cut off one of the one of those main characters survived from the second movie and stuff, and we only had one sole survivor. But as I see it for myself, I kind of like how the movie was. Like, they're facing like a xenomorph creature that was burst from an animal instead of a human, and we introduced to a queen chestburster that Ripley had all this time, that she was sabotaged. And then I love this entire story. We got how she was crashed on the planet with the prisoners, and then she was trying to wait for the rescue team to come, but they're trying to fight. This was kind of like the first movie, but it was on a planet. I just really love how they are working together, sacrificing their lives, trying to fight the creature, how it moves. Every prisoner dies from fighting the creature and stuff. So they're trying to trap it before the company comes. It just was really good. Even there was it was really dark too, as a drama with all the prisoners and stuff. Even though there's some cool stories with the prisoners and the assembly cut with Clemens, how he was working as a medical officer. Here are some best things I really loved in this movie. How in that scene when Dylan was about to give his speech in one of the lead works and stuff to the men, how they were gonna die and taking their steps to heaven. I gotta say, this was really enjoyable moment. How this would be their last lives for them when they're gonna fight the creature, fighting the alien and stuff, and working together. How he brought that speech. I feel like that actor should deserve an Oscar award for that line, because that was just really cool. But watching it in the assembly cut, that movie was longer, but it felt really good. I just love the aspect to the other movie. So in this one scene, in the ending scene, I don't know which version I love for the ending scene, because they were both pretty good for those films. Like how Ripley didn't want to trust Bishop because she didn't trust him when they were gonna remove it, because they were gonna keep it so they can use it to breed more xenomorphs, test and experiment on them. How she sacrificed their lives. I feel like in that scene they rushed it in the theatrical cut. Same thing for the assembly cut, but as they did this assembly cut one and stuff, they just slowed it down a little bit, added some more lines. I love that scene when after Bishop got hit and so his ears bleeding and then yells, "I'm not a droid," was just perfect in that movie. And then after he yells at Ripley, telling him it's a magnificent specimen, and then after his ears hurting, holding his ear down when it's bleeding, goes down, telling the camera, saying no pictures. It was just really good. Just didn't rush in. And after that, we get to the shots where you see one of the scientists and then one of the commando squads in that shot, and then Ripley about to fall. And then this is I like how they made her last line saying, "You're crazy." And I feel like they could have kept that in, and then in that assembly cut, they should never cut out that scene where the actual queen chest burster actually burst out of her chest, because it would have fit perfectly to see what the queen actually looked like, because they kind of like rushed it again, how she just fell and died, and that's how the story ends. And then the entire like prison got shut down, closed forever, and then Morris is like a sole survivor now at the end of the movie. And then we hear Ripley's message in the EEV crash that was played from the first movie and stuff. It was like broken and stuff, but I wish they could have added that, so kept that the ending scene with the chest burst actually bursting out of Ripley. It was just too really pretty, and those other scenes that were like in the assembly cut perfect, and it'll make the movie way better, and then they can slow it down to make it perfect. So I also want to talk about the effects in this Alien movie, like how in that scene, how then the theatrical, how it bursted from the dog. I think it was pretty cool how it bursted from an animal, but really didn't make sense in the theatrical how it bursted. The runner alien was already fully grown, and then when we cut down to the scene and walking away, we saw that little like dog's hole where it popped out from his stomach, from his chest and stuff. And then when I watched the scene from the ox in the assembly cut, how like Brazil looked at more terrifying. It looked more, actually came out already fully grown. It actually fit perfectly and stuff. And then and then even the effects weren't that good and stuff. They were okay, but like I was like, nah, the effects were just not all right. Like I feel like they did use CGI, but they used like too much of it, and it's like not really. And they use puppetries and everything, and these effects and stuff, but like they just used too much of those visual effects and stuff, because the effects on there were just so bad. But they pretty good. I really like the entire story of this, the plot and the story for this film. So this was like a great movie for me, and the third sequel. So that's going to be today's video, guys. So make sure you check out my other videos on this channel. Make sure you hit this like button. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow me on all my social medias. And this is Mando signing off.